Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning from me. Good afternoon to you. Good night. Good whatever. How you feeling, people? Hope you are blessed wherever you are. I hope all the lights are green. Hope ain't no mosquitoes biting you or none of that shit. Big up everybody, man. Manners and respect this blessed Wednesday morning. It's hump day. We're almost over the hump for the weekend. We have massive fixtures to discuss. But we have a little hurdle today at the Emirates. I say a little. It's only the best attacking team in Europe. Blister in attack with a guy who's probably scored the most goals in the North London derbies in Harry Kane. The guy who scored last time we met in the knockout round at the Emirates against us in that 2-2 draw, which eventually counted to us getting knocked out of the competition. It's the team that scores a whole lot of goals versus the team that doesn't let in too many. I read a stat yesterday that said Arsenal, since we got back into the Champions League, in the group phase or the league phase of play, Arsenal have not conceded a single goal in the league phase of play at home. It's been mad. It's been complete control, complete domination in the location, no penetration, gunner-nation in the Arsenal station. You know what them ones. So it's a massive game. But there was some hoopla yesterday in the Champions League as well. And I love the VBK sports community, because I have the community as witnesses when I said, and I know you man heard me say that Chelsea was going to blitz fucking Barcelona. I didn't say that yesterday or the day before. I said that after I watched them play against Club Brugge. And I said every time I looked up, Club Brugge was clean through running at Szczesny. Barcelona is not good defensively. That's why I knew Chelsea would get at them. They could not deal with the physicality of a Premier League team. They were getting roughed up and bullied. And when have we seen Cucurella bully a winger? Cucurella was roughing up one of the best right wingers in the world, if not the best right winger in the world. Generational talent in Lamine Yamal. You see it. They couldn't deal with the physicality. It was too much for them. That Barcelona defense is absolute ass and cheeks. They've conceded 10 goals in the league phase of play. 10. They have conceded more goals than Paphos. Paphos, Can anyone in the chat name me anyone who plays for Paphos FC from Cyprus? They have twice as many goals as Paphos. Paphos 5 goals. They've conceded more goals than Benfica. Benfica, who won their first Champions League game yesterday. Benfica was winless. They only have 3 points from 5 games, and they've conceded less goals than Barcelona. Now, I remember a couple chats ago, this chat was giving me hell, especially that damn Wahaha was giving me hell about this Pau Kerbasi, and I'm like, how is he rated so highly? What has he done in football to be 18 years old and be more valued than Saliba? On sofa score and all that shit. And it was like, he's great. So this is what I'm saying, that Barcelona, they have good players, possibly good defenders. They just choose not to defend. That Hansi Flick is the German Ange. Yep, I said it. And I can say it because Ange actually wins trophies. It's not like he was at Tottenham just playing high line and not winning anything. He lost a lot of games, but he won a trophy. That ridiculous high line is nonsensical. Sacrilege. Go back and watch the highlights for the Club Brugge game, people, and you will realize that these men can be beaten by anyone. If you can stop them from scoring, which is easier said than done, but you showed yesterday that if you rough them up a bit, they can't. And I'm surprised they don't play more games with 10 men because of that ridiculous high line where they have to lunge in just like Arroyo did. And did you see when Arroyo, after he got the red card when he was leaving the pitch, Hansi Flick gave him a high five? Because he was doing exactly what the manager told him to do. Stay high, try to press them in their own half. If they're through on goal, they're through on goal. We're going to outscore teams. It was criminal. Just let them run ragged. Yep. And obviously, Chelsea has been ruling the airwaves for the past 24 hours, for the past 18 or 22 hours. And Estevao is the GOAT. Estevao is better than everybody now. You know how it's going to go. You know how it's been going. Unbelievable. Big up to 22 of you locked in. Are we hitting like buttons? Are we subscribing to the channel? Nice and decent people. Let's do a quick roll call, some pleasantries. I see the legends in the house. I see Gunnar SC. Still hitting me with the extra A in the name, but big you up. Hope you are well. Kwaja, the statistician, the man with the stats. Hey, Kwaja, can you fact check that for me? That Arsenal haven't conceded a goal in the league phase of play at the Emirates since we got back in the Champions League. It sounds too good to be true, but I know you got those numbers. You always do. Big up the monster in the house. Liverpool are in action again today, people. Don't let the hoopla of Bayern and Arsenal and Chelsea dominating Barcelona distract you from the fact that Liverpool have a game today and Onslaught could be under the cosh. And it's at home. It's at Anfield. It's PSV Eindhoven, right? And yesterday, I got mud on my face from yesterday because I thought that Man City would have blitzed, past tense, making up words and shit. I thought they would have blitzed Leverkusen. Instead, Leverkusen turn up, clean sheet, embarrass Man City at home. Now, Man City did make some heavy rotation. Just for context, Haaland didn't start, Foden didn't start, Doku didn't start. There was some heavy rotation there. But the fact that Pep made those heavy rotations lets me further know what he thought of this damn Leverkusen thing. He didn't think they were good. And I didn't either. But they were good on the day, which is another talking point that we will get into later in the stream, where rotation is key, but how much risk do you take against Bayern Munich knowing that you have a big away trip across West London on Sunday or Saturday? When do we play? This weekend. Big up to BX Gunner. Hope you are good, my G. I have no idea in the world is BX Gunner. Could be in South Carolina, it could be in Florida, could be in Georgia. But big you up. Hope you are good, my guy. Mateo is in the house. Let's smoke the Krauts today. Come on, you Gunners. Jordan in the building. Play that Dreams and Nightmares by me. You know what? Let me write that down. Dreams and Nightmares. I can't remember. Nightmares, Meek Mill. Need to get up on my modern day rap, because I don't really listen to this newer generation of rap music. They sicken me. But Meek has made some good music over the years, not gonna lie. Is there more pressure now to get a positive result today going into the weekend? And good vibes like Chelsea will now have that Barca. Nope. And this is what I wanted. LFC Monster. I did not want Chelsea to lose yesterday and go into the weekend with their heads low and needed a reaction. I want them on this high. Yeah? I want them on this we're the best in the world. Estevao is better than everybody. I want them on this high. Cucurella is the best left back. He's the best right winger. I want them on this high. Because this is the same Chelsea that lost at home to Southampton. This is the same Chelsea that drew to carry it back. This is the same Chelsea that got fist up at home to Brighton. Right? So I want them on this high. There's such a huge separation between Premier League fixtures and European play. So I want them on this high. Let them ride this high. If you remember last season or last campaign, when Arsenal were dead in the water, went to the City Ground, I think. Yeah, I think he was at the City Ground against Nottingham Forest and drew 0-0. Stinkiest performance you ever seen. And then the following Tuesday or Wednesday, went to PSV Eindhoven and set a record in the Champions League for away goals, 7-1. It's night and day. So if I'm liking that they won and they're the best in the world right now. But when the fog clears, the reality will set in that it's, we're better than the motherfuckers. That's what I think. Big up to the assembled. Honestly, if we lose it, it'll be disappointing, but I wouldn't give a shit. I want us to win versus Chelsea. That's his stake. Big up to Diego. City lost again. Yeah, City fumbled the bag. Just too much rotation. Now, to be fair to Pep, at some point, because this is the thing, we're cussing Arteta with this. You need to rotate Euro, and he rotated. And just on the balance of play of that Leverkusen side and this Man City team with the depth that they have, because I do think City has the best squad in the league. I do, and they rotated, and it just didn't work. They got done by a Leverkusen side who just they were up for it. I think someone said that was the first German team to win at the Etihad Stadium since like 2013, which was Pep's Bayern Munich to do. Another crazy stat in the storyline. But yeah, Leverkusen they're not doing very well. Where are they in the table? They're up to 13th now. That's a great record to have at home, but hasn't resulted in a trophy yet in Europe. Man, why you gotta punch me in the side, man? We're staying right here, man. You can't win the Champions League, and you can't win it in November. Isolation for this game of just how league play, even last year versus PSG, the champions of Europe, when they came to the Emirates, I think we had Trossard and Havertz in the attack. I think Odegaard was injured, and we beat them man 2-0. Then they went on to win the tournament. But hope we get revenge. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna blame them 5-2 or 5-1 or nothing like that. But we'll see. Jesus Christ, Claire! Oh my God, Claire! Why are you so damn awesome? I have to pause for a second, and we have to give Claire a couple rounds of applause. Intensely. As Claire has gifted 10 memberships to the channel. And the next member stream will be next month, December 15th or 16th. 15th, I think. December 15th is when we'll do our next member stream. So if you've been gifted a membership, you have the lovely Claire to thank for that. W's for Claire in the chat, people. Big her up all the time. 10 times today. Fuck the records. Keep them. I want the trophies. Hey, no disagreement there. We are Bayern's dogs. They're not about to dog walk us today. I'm ready for company to school Arteta today. So, Diego, if you tuned into yesterday's stream, welcome. First of all, welcome. I haven't seen you around this part much, but welcome. We had this discussion yesterday of up-and-coming managers where I discussed why Vincent Kompany name doesn't come up in some of these conversations of the next up-and-coming manager, because he's younger than Arteta and he's won more than Arteta. So why is his name not mentioned among the up-and-coming next generation of great managers? I think he's done well at Bayern, but I think some people are still kind of holding that Burnley relegation against him. But it didn't stop him from getting the biggest job in Germany. Cucurella has a good track record, but they clown him. They call him Cucurella. Think it's because of his antics. He does too much. They're rolling around, they're getting kicked in the knee, holding his face, rolling around. As men, when we see other men acting like bitches, we resent it. You're like, bro, you're a man. Stay on your feet. Stop rolling around on the ground. What are you doing? I think people hold it. That's why people don't put Neymar nowhere near the Brazilian goats, because he does all this, this bitch shit, just be rolling around, and it's a bad look. This is why Vinny doesn't get a whole lot of accolades. It's just not a good look. Trust the process, guys. It's a light bulb. I trust that we won't lose today. Aru, brother, he just clattered into man. You're in a yellow and you're just going to clatter into man. But that high line sets them up for failure. Because as a competitor on the pitch, there's only so many times you're going to get played through before you react. And it's instruction. Even the commentary was saying. This ridiculously high line, and it's not yesterday or the day before. That's just how they are. It's Ange ball. My brother Cooper, I want to take this time to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, my friend. And thank you for the super sticker. You didn't have to, but thank you. Greatly appreciate it. I want to wish you and everyone else who celebrates Thanksgiving that may or may not stream tomorrow, people. Because I do have a lot of charity work to do, lots of meals to deliver, got some cooking to do and all that stuff for tomorrow and Thanksgiving. Right now, it's 15 after 7, so it's early. So I might be able to get one in, but I can't guarantee that I'll be able to stream tomorrow because tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I already told Shane I won't be on the Bruised Banana because tomorrow is just one of those days where I'm going to be extremely busy. But I will be thinking of y'all, and I will be watching. Probably be seeing y'all in the comment section of the content that we watch. Surely, over and Views and and Shane and Aaron and all the boys. But big up to Cooper, man. Thank you so much, my friend. Diego said PR merchant cause he pays for Barca. That was a clumsy challenge, man. Very clumsy challenge. I didn't get that. If the La Liga praise puts a lot of these players on a higher pedestal than they should be, EPL are shitting all over the La Liga right now. So the La Liga players have a hard time. They had a hard time dealing with the physicality yesterday of Reece James was roughing up everybody. Cucurella should never be roughing up anyone, but he was. Chalobah was roughing up folks. Even Enzo was roughing up people. They had a hard time. It wasn't ticky-tacky tech. They had a problem with that. They did not adjust. But I think the next Premier League team that they play, they're gonna have to, but they're gonna get fisted up. Barcelona will have the defense right by the knockout stage of the Champions League. So you would think so, but I'm saying the assemble. This Hansi Flick, he is criminally negligent with this high line. Remember that classic game they played against Inter that got him knocked out? They conceded 4 goals. Was it 4-3 or whatever the score was? They're open. And they go up against a team with a good defense and a midfield with like a Caicedo who can shelter the defense and got decent players going the other way. They struggle. Chelsea scored 3 past them and stopped them from scoring. Club Brugge put 3 past them. Club Brugge just couldn't stop them from scoring. Because one, they didn't get a red card and they kept 11 on the pitch. Because if Arroyo doesn't get sent off and they go in at the half 1-0 down, they could have gotten a reaction. But with a man down, and now they can double and triple up on him, Lamal, it wasn't happening. Bless Jama. Hope you are good. Blessed from Copenhagen. Oh, man. Thank you for joining us this morning, my G, or this afternoon. Appreciate you. Glad the algorithm found you. Welcome to BBK Sports. We are here daily. Make sure you subscribe and keep your notifications on so we can see what you have to add to the conversation. Big you up. Big up to the legendary Wahaha. Big up to Darren. Who else we got? BX gonna get in this dap. Damn, I'm this far. Big up to man like Static in the house. Yes, GM's Bond. Blessed love, my brother. Manners and respect. Imagine both City and Pool fall off the cliff this year. London would definitely see the EPL this season, but knowing Arsenal, it will not come to the Emirates. But it must. It must, because there is not a world that exists that with the chest that the Gooners have had, declaring champions in November, in October and November and shit from match week 9, they would have to go hide under a rock. There will be no Mikel defense after that shit. Again, Claire, thank you. Can't thank you enough. You're far too kind. The assembled question: if a player gets injured before a match, is he replaced or rotated? He's replaced. Rotation, you're designated. A rotation is pre-planned. A replacement is reacting to something. Like Reece James had like a a pre-planned halftime sub at the weekend against Burnley. You know, that was rotation. Like Haaland, Doku, Foden yesterday. That was rotation. You know, Saliba at Anfield was replaced by Mascara. Wait until Claire Sparrows check that. Hey, if that is so, make sure you send me a message, Claire. I will send it back. I will send the money back. I think there's a way. Even if there's not a way, I will Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, you know, all this shit that they have now, you know, MoneyGram, Western Union. Yeah. I think those still work as well. Big up to Cooper and the community. Can't stay wanted to show my appreciation and support for the channel. And for that, my friend, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Big up to Cooper and big up to Claire. Absolute legends. 5-4. Wow. Is it? Was there a prediction that over that for today game, my brother? Oh Jesus. 5-4 us. Oh my Jesus. Man said La Disgracia got stuff. Always a nice sight. Yeah, they got punched up, man. They got proper punched up. And there, no one in the sports world felt sorry for Barcelona yesterday. Even people who hate Chelsea were like, yeah, they deserve that shit. They didn't. Lamine Yamal probably had his worst game in a Barcelona shirt. Now, I see some reactions. Some people getting carried away with the reactions. People, I'm not gonna lie. People are getting overgassed. Both sides, with the Chelsea gas and with the Barcelona disrespect. These are the La Liga champions, you know. Shit like this happens, but you can see the tactic wasn't working. But Hansi Flick is not the guy to change how he plays for anyone. Anyone with eyes was looking at that game like, bro, just play 5 to 8 yards deeper. Not even a whole 10. Just 5 to 8 yards deeper. Give yourself some more space. That these men just can't run past you like that. Because if Barcelona plays like that against Bayern Munich or a PSG, they get blamed as well. Any team with a good midfield and some wingers who can actually chop a ball and dribble. Even Garnacho was getting change out of, man. You know. Oh, 5-4, the Barca. Yeah. So when the assembled was saying they're gonna get their defense act together, I'm like, I go back to that game. And I say, shit, man. That was a knockout game. That was the semis. And they were wide open like that. You know? So I can't hear it. Big up to Claire again. Because Claire gifted more memberships. Oh my days. Claire is back on her ish. Big her up. Love. Yeah. No, man. It's all jokes. It's all jokes. It's all love. Claire doing Claire things. Hey. It's my money. You're safe and hi to everyone. Hey, big you up every single time. Claire, love for the love. Man like Yaga P in the house. Big you up, Yaga P. Hope you're good, my G. Happy Thanksgiving to you when it gets here. Now, rotation for today's game, people. It's a thing, right? Because we see that Pep rotated yesterday. We know that Arteta watches Pep, right? Pep is his mentor. Rotation is a thing, right? We are 12 Premier League games in. This will be our 5th Champions League games, and we've played 2 EFL Cup League games, right? So that puts us at what? 18, 19 games, something along there. So now it's time to consider rotation. Long season. We're going to play at least 50 games, right? Now, today, rotation for Bayern Munich can be tricky. Now, I do believe if this was Club Brugge, if this was Carriot, maybe if this, no, not Inter. I was about to say the Inter game. But if this were any other team other than the best team in Europe on form, I think Arteta would rotate heavily to flex his squad. Like kind of like he did against Port Vale, rotated an entire 9 players. Could have rotated an entire 11, really. But I think he would rotate heavily. But because it's Bayern, and he knows about that record of not conceded in the group phase, because he likes these things. Because I know at some point today, Tom Canton is going to get in front of him and give him these numbers and tell him, "Hey, you're great. You've never conceded a goal at the Emirates in the league phase since you got back into the Champions League." They're going to fluff his head up with this. Yeah? So how does he rotate? Surely he can't go with the same 11 that he played last week and the same 11 that he is going to play on the weekend versus Chelsea. You can't. If he does that, he is begging for injuries. He's begging for it. And he can't afford another injury at this point, especially if that injury happens to come to that guy that wears 41. Because right now, he's our most important player. And I think most Arsenal fans would agree right now. Losing Gabriel was devastating, but losing Declan Rice would be catastrophic. And I think he's damn near in the red. I really believe that we have to give Declan a rest. And I'm going to be completely honest. I would not start him in this game. I know that sounds crazy, but I wouldn't. I would give Declan a rest because he has a lot of work to do on Sunday against Caicedo. And I trust him to do that work if he is rested and up for it and fit. But if he played 90, he's been doing mad work for club and country. And I do believe he needs a rest. Now, if you're going to rest Declan, what midfield do you play? Golden opportunity for Skelly to be in the middle of the park and you play Zubi as a lone 6? Or do you bring Norgard? Do you bring Norgard in? You bought him and said that he has quality. Or do you bring Marino back into the midfield and play Trossard as a false 9 and bring Martinelli and Madueke in? But there has to be some rotation today. You cannot overload these players. Big up to Michael Warmington. Have you served? I have. I am still serving, Mike. I am still serving, my friend. It's been an absolute joy, an absolute pleasure. It's been my life's work. Big up to you. Monster said, if Slot got sacked, Hansi Flick would be on my list, but now he's a glorified Ange. He can't stay at Barcelona, bro. He is the German Ange, bro. Do we see the highlight? Like, I implore you people to go back and watch the Club Brugge game. There are many other games that you can watch, but this game specifically against Club Brugge, Brugge could have scored 7 goals. 7 from open play with 1 or 2 passes cutting their midfield wide open. I'm not saying that they can't defend. I'm saying they choose not to do so because I've been told that Kerbasi is world class. Don't know how that's happened at 18 years old, but that's what they say. And these are people who have strong footballing opinions. Don't mean I have to agree with this shit, but I'm not here to change their mind about it. So I'm going to say they choose not to defend. Bring in the day. Estevao come out on top versus Yamal. He did. He come out. He was fantastic yesterday. He was brilliant. Who coming out on top with Saka, Ezra, or Elisa? You know who's coming out on top. You know who's going to win that. 40 of you locked in, people. Big you up. Make sure that we are smashing like buttons and all them something there. Glad the algorithm found you. Hitting the like button will enable it to find someone else who consumes good football content, which I think I make here. Not gloating or nothing, but I think I do. Ask the chat. Yeah? Yeah, man. Big up, Mike. Big up to you, man. Where are you watching from? Let us know. Nah, I mean, that's a good answer if you're clear. If you are Claire Olise, that's your answer. But there's only one winner in that, and it's E squared or it's E2. Which however you want to put it, however you want to abbreviate. But it's Eza. It's the Eberishi Eza. He's gonna cook today. He has found his feet. He's arrived. He is here. Man, I get boxed up. Because I do believe that now there is something that Olise at right wing versus Calafiori could look tricky on the eye. And this is one of the reasons why I wouldn't even start Calafiori today. I'm going to be completely honest because I don't think he is fit. I said that yesterday. I don't think he is fit. Didn't fit to play with Italy on the international break. Didn't train much. Don't think you put him up against Olise. I think you play Hincapie there, and you play Mascara and Saliba, and you play Timber. But yeah, it's Eze. I think Eze is gonna have the best game out of all of them. I do. Right? So if I have to rank them, or who are gonna have the best game in order of 1, 2, 3, I think it's gonna be Eze. I think it's gonna be Saka, and then Olise. Not saying Olise is gonna have a bad game, but say Eze does a 9, Saka does a 8, Olise does a 7. They all still had good games, yeah. But I think Eze in the middle of the park is gonna have time to cook. There will be space there for him to operating. I like these European fixtures for him. Yeah. I guess, yeah, man. Respect. Big up to Wahaha. How would you describe a situation? How would you describe a substitution if it's not a replacement? I mean, it's a replacement by default. But if the question was, is it rotation or replacement? I just think the difference is rotations are pre-planned. Like yesterday's Man City games, Haaland was rotated or rested. Foden wasn't replaced because he was poor. He was rested or rotated. So that's the only difference for me between a substitution and a rotation and replacement. One is pre-planned and one isn't. Egerland got my badges too. Hey, big up, man. Big up to you. The badges are important. The CIBs, the EIBs, you know, the cabs, the combat action badges, the expert infantry badges, the diving badges. You know, those are important too. Yeah, man. Big you up. Ange had 2 players sent off versus Chelsea and kept a high line. Flick had 1 player and did the same damn thing. It's negligence. Like how? Like, brother, you see your team getting railroaded, and you don't react to it. Like, what are you doing? Come on now. Arsenal will win now. People can stop saying I'm not a proper fan. I don't know who said that. I don't know who said Claire was not a proper fan, but if we find them, we will deal with them. If I hear anyone say that Claire is not a proper fan, I find them, I grab him by the collar, and then it's a big old slap right in that face. Who do we expect to play at left back versus Olise? If it's Calafiori, then Olise could have a lot of fun against him, as he does like to step in to a tackle rather than stand up and not bite into tackles. Now, I thought the exact same thing when I saw him at Anfield in match week 3 versus Mo Salah. And to be fair to him, he did well. He did well. And I don't want him to start today, but he probably will. But we'll see how it goes. But if it were me, I probably would start Piero at left back and give Calafiori a rest. Yeah, because we need him on Sunday. Bravery in battle badges. Those are the ones you definitely earn, bro. Pick you up. Those are the ones that you don't earn on a training course. You earn those in real time. Know all about that. But, you know, on the members only stream is when I usually get into that type of stuff when I'm asked, you know, personal questions about the career. People can shove their heads where the sun don't shine. Whoever's saying it means they have no actual argument. Who the hell? Did I miss something? I didn't see that. Just trying to get his replacement substitution rotating things straight, as Top Gooners are trying to put them in the same box. Okay. But, you know, it's a word salad, isn't it? If they're trying to confuse you or trying to create this whether or not he rotates well or he's replacing players and all this shit, man, like we know what the hell he's doing. Like, we know what rotation looks like, right? And when Wenger threw all the kids out there, that was rotation. You know, our lineup versus Brighton in the EFL Cup, that was rotation, right? Saliba getting thrown in with a broken ankle or a rolled ankle at Anfield, and he had to be replaced. You know, it's quite simple. It's quite straightforward. But as far as rotation go, Saka probably will start today, and he'll probably be wearing the captain's armband. But I would like to see Madueke get a run out. Not because of this game in particular, but we all know how much Arsenal love them some PR and some this and some that, right? I would love Nani Madueke to get a run out, get some match sharpness so he can play against Chelsea on Sunday, because you know he's going to score. We have this thing going now, right? We have this thing going now where Declan Rice scores against West Ham, Eze scores against Palace. Now we have a former Chelsea player. You start him and let him score against Chelsea on Sunday. He will be motivated because they're going to boo the shit out of him, even though he was sold. It's not like he put in a transfer request to leave Chelsea. He was sold. So I need Nani to play more than some microwave minutes today. So with that being said, I would actually rest Saka. Or not start him. Have him on the bench to bring him on. But I would actually start Nani Madueke today. And even Martinelli. Because typically Martinelli does well in Europe. Trossard needs some rest as well. He's been playing a heavy minutes, a big part in what we've been doing so far. And as of now, all things being equal, that left side is his, which puts Mikel in an interesting spot whenever Odegaard gets back from injury. Does Eze hold bench? Does Eze go out left at the expense of Trossard? Or does Zubimendi or Declan get some rest or rotation as he play with Odegaard and Eze in the middle? What does he do? These are good problems to have, by the way, if you're Mikel. And I'm sure he would say something along those lines. But he would say it differently because he's the type of guy that consults his PR team before he goes out and speak, yeah? For, the buzzwords of the day, Chat GPT, FC and all that. So I would like to see Nani get a run out. And speaking of Odegaard, I actually think he's on the bench today, and would not be shocked if he starts, but I think he is on the bench today. So on the bench today, I expect to see Nani. I expect to see Odegaard. Gyökeres, probably not. But, yeah, Marino is going to be our striker. Marino is going to be up there up against Upa Maguire. And is it Kim Min-jae that's projected to start? Jonathan Tah. Yeah. I think we can beat this Bayern team, man. That Carl kid, that wonder kid, the German Esteval. He's projected to start right wing with Olise in the 10, Gnabry left wing, and Harry Kane in the 9. Now, that is something to be reckoned with. I'm not going to lie. Olise in a creative free space with Harry Kane in the 10 without Gabriel back there, they will score. They're scoring. They're going to score today. When we were keeping clean sheets like many, many moons ago, when we kept like 8 clean sheets in a row, I made the statement that, hey, I don't see us conceding until the Bayern game because of, this attack is really good. But obviously, we've conceded some cheap goals since then. But today, if we keep a clean sheet against this bunch, it would be one of the highlights of the season so far. But I don't think we will. I think this is a lot to contain, man. This is a big attack. Yeah, Carl, the wonder kid from Bayern. As Esteval is the benchmark now. He's better than everyone. If you go into the YouTube spaces now, the Chelsea fans are reacting to Esteval, the way Arsenal fans reacted to Max in the preseason, where he's our best player. He's the best this, the best that. And this is the thing. We've seen this so many times before, where everyone gets built up just to get crashed on. And the thing is, like, Esteban probably is really good and probably will be a superstar. But if that's the case, all that means is that he'll be at Chelsea for 2 years max. Because if he is Brazilian wonder kid, the next Neymar, that means 2027, he's a Barcelona or a Real Madrid player. That's all that means. So that's what I tell the Chelsea nation whenever they prop up a young player, especially a player that's Brazilian. Like Cole Palmer is English and will probably stay in the Prem for an extended period of time. But a Brazilian wonder kid doesn't grow up with dreams of playing for Chelsea. Not when Real Madrid and Barcelona are there. Yeah, and it could damn near very well be Real Madrid because they need a right winger. Rodrigo is a right-footed guy who's playing right wing because Vini and Vinicius and Mbappe takes up the left side. He wants to be over there. So, don't be surprised if you see Chelsea in a swap deal a year or 2 years from now. Rodrigo for Esteval and some money. Nani is 100% scoring against Chelsea. I'm here for it. Are you saying Arsenal have different tactics? We can deploy different tactics, but I think Arteta is so set in his rigidness of how he plays. It's all about control. Control until. I think that's his strategy. Control the game until you go ahead comfortably, then open up. You see, as soon as we scored against Tottenham, it was goal, goal, goal. As soon as we scored against Atletico Madrid, it was goal, goal, goal. It was a 50-minute period. It was just complete blitz. But he does not allow the game to get away from him. He likes to be in control. What the hell is this, the assembled? Slowly drinking the Tony Cloud Cool. How dare you? Don't do that. Me and Tony are like yin and yang, yeah, the German Esteval. Carl. Good player. I look at it, he's a tiny little kid and he's 5'6", low center of gravity. But yeah, he is 17, probably will be, another Vitz, but there's a lot of hype around him. No Luis Diaz today. It's a big loss for Bayern Munich. Obviously, Musiala is still recovering from that broken leg. And Alphonso Davies did an ACL earlier on in the season. So they have injuries. We have injuries. We're at home. We're the home team, so we can't lose. That's what I'm thinking. Arsenal win or a draw is the most likely outcomes for today's game. But I don't think we lose the game, and I don't think we keep a clean sheet today. I think they actually scored. This attack is a lot to keep at bay for 90 minutes. But if Eze looks over there and sees his old Crystal Palace teammate looking like he wants to show him up today, I don't think he will allow it. And I think Eze's form at the moment will allow him to surge into this game. 20 likes now. Big up. 20 likes. 34 watching people. Big up to all the silent listeners. It is all good. Make sure that you are subscribed so you keep getting the notifications to tune in. Like I said, we do this daily, but today is a massive game, and I might go down to the pub and catch it with the rivals. Lots of Bayern Munich fans here in Seattle. I don't know where they came from. I don't know how that connection is made. Might be some glory hunters, but yeah, I'm gonna go down there. Fully kitted up. I'm gonna do a tie and go down there because I don't think we lose. It could be long. We could get punched up, and I'm walking out of there with my face in my hand to come back on here later to do my match reaction. Disappointed. But, it won't be a crash out unless we get beat down. But I think it's very important that as a fan base, as a club, that we maintain separation between Premier League form, European form. Night and day. One, nothing to do with the other. Many, many times we've seen this. There's the reason. Like, we're good in this Champions League, people. Like, as Arsenal. Yeah. There's a reason why we didn't even play yesterday. Chelsea punched up Barca the way they did, and we're still above them. There's a reason for that, right? Because we've actually done well to get to a point where we don't absolutely need to win tonight. So it's like Chelsea did their thing, and it's like, okay, your move, Arsenal. Okay. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, top level competition so you can measure just how good your squad is in isolation. Doesn't mean that at the weekend it's going to carry over. It won't. That's a lot of blunderman ends where you are, right? I don't. There are not too many Arteta outers here. They, when I talk to them, they give me this look what he's been working with. He wanted this guy, they gave him this guy, and that's where the discourse is. Because I'm of the opinion that no one is at this football club. Before Bertha got here, I'm of the opinion that no one came to Arsenal that Mikel didn't want. This is his squad. Because Sky Sports reported, they put their name to it, that Mikel Arteta has a heavy hand. Those are the words that they use, a heavy hand in recruiting. Translation, that means he gets the players that he wants. So, the narrative is that he didn't have the players that he wants when he wanted them, which is complete bullshit. I think this is his squad built in his image. I think he wanted to get rid of Abba. He wanted to get rid of all those other players. Coincidentally, those are the players that he won with. And ever since he's gotten his own players, it's just been close. And if you took a look around Europe yesterday, Aubameyang scored a brace to do Newcastle in. Still looks like he got something in the tank. So what can we say? The German Max Daumann. Oh man, it's one of them ones. There's a pool of wonder kids on the rise, right? So you have the Maxes, that Carl and Esteval, and it's going to be a thing. But I do think if Arsenal lifts silverware this season, the argument gets stronger because it won't come from us unless we start to win. Because we know that our players are good. That's why we're demanding that this bunch of players win something. And if we don't win something, it's important. It's critical that we sack Arteta while the team is still good. That way, the next manager that comes in actually has something to work with and doesn't need to do a complete rebuild. That's what I'm on. A pool of kids on the rocks. Wow, trying to draw me out today, Charlie Sheen rocks. Oh. But so that's our game. Arsenal Bayern Munich. I am going for a stinky 2-2. I say a stinky 2-2, but I think that's what it would be. Just like the first go around. But we met him in the quarters in 23-24. I think today will be a 2-2. They score, we score, they score, we score. That's what I think today is going to happen. I do think. So this is the first time all season in any competition that this toxic and negative Arsenal fan is predicting something other than a win. Do think on the balance of play, top two, number one team versus number two team, a draw. That's what I think is going to happen. But there are other fixtures today, people. So let me have a quick glance of what else is on the cards for today. Liverpool and PSV Eindhoven. Listen, LFC Monster, you must. This is a must. You absolute must. You have to. You have to win that. PSG Tottenham, bloodbath. I want Tottenham punched up so bad. I want PSG to do what to Tottenham what I thought we would have did to him on Sunday. Give him 6. Open up the floodgates early. It's in Paris. Come on, man. Now, there's Premier League away record shit that they were leaning on. We smashed that to bits on Sunday. Now, PSG, you are the reigning European champs. You got light fodder coming to your gaff. Slap them up. Atletico Madrid and Inter. We need a Judge Mo meltdown. So come on, Julian Alvarez. Is Alvarez fit? Let me have a quick look at the lineup. Projected, yep. Alvarez and Sorloth projected to start in a 4-4-2 in front of Koki, Barrios, Simeone, and Baena. Yeah, I want Judge Mo tears today. So Atletico, rise Frankfurt Atalanta could be an open one. Yeah, that could be a back and forth. Some good games on the cards today. So yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna go down to the pub and get all of them. But I'm gonna get there early and make sure. Hey, put the Arsenal game on this big boy screen right here. And for every goal that's scored, every Arsenal goal, I'm buying a shot for everybody at the bar. 22 likes. Big up, man. Big up. The assembled. I think he's on the bench today, Kwaja. I do. I think he gets bench time and will come on at some point to probably, see out the game depending on how it's going. But I think he plays today. I think he gets some minutes today because I really think the gaffer wants to start him against Chelsea. I would take a stinky win or a draw in a heartbeat. Yeah, I think today's game is a 2-2. Do you think Odegaard will be back inside 3 games? I think he's back today, the assemble. I think he comes back today. Get some, regardless of the result. Unless we're losing badly, I think he comes on. 65th minute, 70th minute, he comes on as it goes off. As it goes off to a standing ovation, which I really think is what Mikhail wanted to do Sunday. He wanted to take Eze off to a standing ovation, but for whatever reason didn't get around to doing it. Havertz could play against Wolves at home on 13 December. Kai is touching grass. Big up to Jagans. Manners and respect. Now, I seen a report yesterday on in the spaces on Footmob that Arsenal and Man United will be playing a behind closed door friendly this week or some shit like that. I was like, brother, this better be some satire. They must be talking about like the Arsenal C team or something, trying to give fucking United players some fitness or some confidence to get their mind off their 1-0 loss. Hell with that. I want no parts of that. None whatsoever. Jagons, big up to you, Maji. Manners and respect to you every single time. What about rotation? Today's rotation will be very important. Rotate too much, you end up like Man City yesterday. Not enough rotation, you risk injury down the road. And by down the road, I mean the business end of the season, when I expect, because of the rotation that City is doing now, I expect them to be fit. Because one of Pep's biggest strengths, one of his biggest attributes is his ability to rotate early and have his guys ready to go for the business end of the season. He is a king at that. I remember years ago in the title run-in, in April, in the business end, March, April, May, sometime around then, Man City went into a must-win game away at Everton, and they had Kevin De Bruyne on the bench. Rotation. He started that game with Gundogan, Rodri, Bernardo Silva in the midfield. KDB off the bench comes on and kills off the game. Away at Newcastle, did the same thing. Kevin De Bruyne comes on, assist over the top to Oscar Bob. They win the game. They do that very, very well. And I don't think it should take 6 damn years to learn how to rotate your team, Mikhail. These are things that that you can learn concurrently with other things of management, But today, all eyes on us. City had their chance yesterday, made a meal of it. Chelsea answered the bell. The other 3 teams in the Premier League play today. Let it not be us. Someone will be mudded today on the big platforms, on DR Sports, on Never a Foul, on the Terrace. Someone will be mudded. Let it not be us. Yeah. Because I don't think anyone will have too much smoke for us if we get a 1-1 draw. A 2-2 draw, even if it's a stinking 0-0. I actually think Mikhail will take a stinking 0-0 over a 2-2 draw, because a stinking 0-0 he preserves his clean sheet record in this group play. Haven't conceded a goal, because we haven't conceded a goal today. We haven't conceded a goal all tournament. I think he would rather that than get a point from a 1-1. I think he would. It's clear as mud. Yep. You have to win today. I was looking beyond. I was asked, how long do I think Slot has? And I say, I think if he loses away at West Ham, let me correct myself. Anything other than 3 points away at West Ham at the weekend, then surely Slot is gone and becomes untenable. But I completely overlooked the PSV game. And I say it's important because it's at home. You are at Anfield. And the way the Anfield faithful walked out in the 70th minute at on the Forest game, that man was doing a fire drill rehearsal at Anfield. When was the last time we seen that? Should something along that lines happen today, then he doesn't make it to the West Ham game, surely. You know, he will be told to clean out his office and move on. 45 of you locked in. Big up to everyone. Making sure that we are hitting like buttons as we pop in and out the stream. Subscribe if you're new and all them things there. Big up to every single one of you. Well, haha, so we're not getting mudded. Now, you're not getting mudded until Saturday, right? Early kickoff, what you saying? 12 o'clock kickoff. No, normally it's half 12. Why is the Premier League doing a midday kickoff? You know, that's a weird one. So midday kickoff for United at the weekend against Palace. And unfortunately, if you watched yesterday's stream, you heard me say, I don't think you win that. I think a draw is a good result for you. But I think you drop points again this upcoming weekend. I feel sorry for that brother who's do the 5-year thing, the 5 games in a row thing. At this point, I really do feel sorry for him. I hope he has an epiphany and just cut his damn hair off. Ooh, they're showing the highlights from the last Bayern Munich game on the screen behind me. Harry Kane scoring a pin. Spurs could lose their next 3 fixtures. What are they looking like? Not that we care. Not that we care, the assembled, but let's see. They took a heavy L. Then they got PSG, Fulham at home, Newcastle away. Brother, they could lose the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could lose. Fulham could beat them at the toilet bowl. Their record at home is shit because they're forced to actually play football and open up, and they're not good at that. Then they go to St. James's Park, right? We just proved that winning at St. James's Park ain't for everybody. You know, big up the monster. Liverpool won there. We won there, albeit some late goals. But, you know, they are a force at St. James's Park. These Newcastle bunch, they're stubborn. And then they got Brentford at home. Brentford can punch up Tottenham. Yeah. Tottenham could easily lose their next 4. And Tapping Tobes is already Ange out. Said Ange. Fuck me. Tapping Tobes is already Frank out. They had a massive monologue the other day on the Big Six. You know what about the Big Six? And I love the Big Six, yeah? Those guys really love Toby. They do. Turkish. Big up to Beyond 90. Welcome to the show. Big up to you. Those guys really love Toby on the Big Six, you know. Steve, Grizz, Unks, Matisse. Because the way them men dedicate their time on that show, pretending like they give a fuck about Tottenham, is commendable. That the Tottenham on that show should be like Tottenham 0, Tottenham 1, Arsenal 4, Tottenham is shit, and let's move on. But them men actually dedicate time and there's context and analysis and all this. I'm like, brother, what are we doing? And it's Tottenham. But I think they gave Tottenham like 45 minutes of time the other day. So big up to them, man. Big up to Turkish, Matisse, Grizz, Big Steve. That's a brotherhood right there. Because they pretend so well, you would actually think they give a fuck about Tottenham. I thought United was already mudded, let alone for the weekend. Yeah, I don't think they get punched up by Palace. I just don't think they win. I don't know. I worry less about Palace than I did Everton, relying on individual moments to make anything. Wahaha, how you feeling about when Ahmad and Mbuemo goes to AFCON? And I think Mazawari goes to AFCON as well. Like the form that you're in now, I don't know what your fixture list looking like, but you know, are you worried about AFCON? Let us know if you're worried about AFCON, because if you are, then my friend, we are worried about you because you are a valued member of the community. Beyond 90 said Arsenal are sending a statement by beating Bayern today. I hope you are right. I think we draw this game, but I hope you are right, Beyond 90. Palace should do us dirty, but anything can happen. Yeah, the ball rolled, you know, that's what we say. That's what we say at Jamaica. The ball rolled. Bounce anywhere you wish. Big up to Godfrey, my guy, the God of the free. Hope you are good, my G. It's truly the only one Tottenham. When I see they go on extended times, just pretending, and I can see through it, but they really love Tobes, so they ride with him and make him. It's all inclusive, you know. But they don't give a fuck about Tottenham. They don't. I saw some stat that Staffy got a hold of. It showed United do a lot better when with less than 50% possession compared to over 50% possession. They are a counter-attacking team, but Amorim don't know that. And I think this right here could apply to Tottenham as well. This is why I think they're better on the road than they are at home. Because on the road, they don't have the crowd yelling at them to play the ball forward. It's not there. It's just not there. However, when they're at the toilet bowl, if you go back and watch the Chelsea game, especially late in the game, that 1-0, every time, every back pass, the crowd would moan in synchrony. Pass the ball forward. They don't know how to play football under this manager. He hasn't gotten the message across yet. And there's a reason why Brentford averaged what they averaged and was still cooking under Frank when he was there, and was able to play with two strikers and get 220 a season goal, 220 goals a season players in the squad, because counter-attacking, they had a lot of space to run into whenever Damsgaard and Norgard turned the ball over. You don't rate them much, but the drop-off will be there. Now, you know, right now you're sitting at 10th. A drop-off from 10th could put you right back to where you were last year. You know, I don't know how you feel about that, but you know, Amorim knows nothing. Doesn't. But yeah, big up to Godfrey, man. Oh, Godfrey as well, legend from all the way across from the continent, man. Like Ozzy, go on and give Ozzy a cheeky sub, people. Got 36 of you in the house. Make sure we got Ozzy. Give Ozzy a follow. Ozzy's Den. That's our boy. Ozzy said, nah, we're not giving a shit about Tottenham. Man, that man do a very good job of protecting their brother and propping him up. There's no context when it comes to Tottenham. Yeah, you define a better Spurs. But this Steve, Turkish, Grizz, Matisse, Saeed, big them all up, man. They and the thing is, like, Toby actually has good football and takes. It's probably one of the reasons why they fuck with him. You know, could you imagine a personality like Sava on the Big Six? It wouldn't work, because he is the biggest crybaby on the planet. That's the only man that gets rattled by his own chat daily and then blames the chat. Right, bro? They're supposed to rattle you. You know, you know how many times I get called out in this chat. I'm not gonna argue with the chat and get crazy and belligerent and lock off the stream and all this shit. You know, you do content. Your chat is supposed to hold you accountable. You know, matter of fact, I think the two people that hold me accountable the most are in the chat right now. Well, the three. You know, Wahaha, the Assembled, and LFC Monster. You know, every time I say something out of term or something that's factually incorrect, I get corrected. And I appreciate that. You know, I want that. I need that. Well, how I say, Wolf be licking his lips every time he sees Sava. Right, he be cooking him. It's car crash TV, and that's what they love. You know, never a foul. That's their thing. They really like the bullshit. They like the fuckery. And I don't have enough personality to go on there, because I'm not doing the car crash TV thing. You know, I'm not. But yeah, that Wolfie, he is a deflectimus prime, is what views call him. I like sweet Arsenal about to get humbled, eh? Now, man, I actually think we get the result. I don't think we lose today. I guess there's more pressure on us. There's pressure on Bayern Munich to win this game, because they are top of the Champions League table, top of the Bundesliga, scoring goals for fun. There's pressure on them. However, we're the home team, so there's pressure on us too. But I don't think it's one of those games where it's this much pressure on one team and none of that pressure, right? For like the North London Derby this past weekend, all the pressure was on us. A draw would have did Tottenham well, but we had to win, so the pressure was on us. I don't think it's that type of pressure distribution between us and Bayern. I think it's more like 60-40, right? Number one team versus the number two team, but the number two team is at home. The number two team has the best defense, but the number one team has the best attack, that type of stuff. So the pressure is more evenly distributed. Now, at the weekend, I actually think there's more pressure on Chelsea. Arsenal, Chelsea. Who has more pressure? And this is one of the things that I will say a statement like that. More pressure on Chelsea this weekend. And then the chat would have their opinion or rebuff what I said. I said, no, I think you're wrong, and this is why. And then instead of getting personal and firing off at the chat, I will hear what they have to say, and we have a discussion. BBK on Big Six be immense, brother. I couldn't because the Tottenham the 25 to 30 minutes on Tottenham would do my head in. I'd be like, wait, what are we doing? Like, you know, big up to Specs from the Jordy Dread. But when I do the Enemy Lines podcast on the night owl session, that's what I'm sitting there thinking. I'm like, but Specs, why are we here talking about Newcastle for 45 minutes? With no disrespect to Newcastle, but I can't do that because Specs is a Newcastle fan. And it's his channel, it's his platform, right? So I get it. But the Big Six is a neutral platform. It's Wembley. So, you know, I don't get it. I couldn't sit there and listen to Tottenham. I just can't, man. Like, why? You know? Like, and then they don't give Daniel Levy praise, but Daniel Levy is the one that built that club to put you at the table to even be called the Big 16. Yeah. But I ain't watching these men. Hey, man, we glad you are here, Waha. We're glad to have you, my bro. That Sava bores me to death. He used to be on. I don't watch Sava's channel personally, but I do see him on. I used to see him on Saeed's midday, and Never a Thought at times. I think he used to be on Straight Facts with Terry Fluids as well, but it just never. Hey, he's just. Everything always just goes off the rail with him in the wrong way. Like, you see conversation goes off the rail quite a few times with other players, with other content creators, but it's always civil. With him, it just seems to be blood boiling, and it goes to everything other than football. A draw for Bayern. Big up to Uncle Views. Big up, welcome in the Raiders. Big up to Uncle Views every time, people. Anyone in here who's not subbed to Uncle Views, make sure that you are. Someone could drop Views link in the chat as well. Big up. A draw is good for Bayern and Arsenal. I think it'd be a fair result based on how we think this game is going to go. But it never happens that way, innit? A red card, a sending off could completely change this. An early goal or something along those lines could easily change this. Arsenal need to beat Chelsea to put fear in the rest of the league, and I think we will. I actually think we win the Chelsea game. So I made the statement before yesterday's game, and if people watch the Chelsea game and then watch the content yesterday, they'll be like, "What is this guy talking about?" But the statement was, I think Villa away will give us a tougher game than Chelsea, and that's based on historical context. Like, we haven't lost at Stamford Bridge since 2018. Like, Arteta, Blunderman has never lost there. Yeah, but I do think we win the game. Fucking Sunderland won there. The fog of the Barcelona performance will clear, and then we realize in the Premier League, these men haven't been good. Can a Big 16 be a genuine counter-attacking team? On the pressure of the fans and status being a Big Six club, be that dominating team in matches to stop from happening? One of two. So managers like Frank will succeed at the Big Six clubs because they play counter-attacking football that got them the job in the first place. They can, because a counter-attacking football doesn't have to be boring and negative. Because even though it was a one-off, we see Leicester win the league playing counter-attacking football. They averaged 42% possession that year. So counter-attacking football can be attacking. Because if you remember, when Conte won the league his first year, he played a 3-5-2, right, with Victor Moses and Alonso as wingbacks. So it wasn't a ball dominant, pass you to death type of system. It was like, you can't play through us. We win the ball. We're always clean through with the overload in the midfield with Victor Moses and Alonso bumming up the pitch. Arsenal need to beat Chelsea to put. Oh yeah, read that one. Big up to Paris man, them. Big up to you. Saw him on Patsy rattle. Yeah, he always gets rattled by the chat, and I can understand if a panelist gets you rattled. But if you're constantly looking at the chat and getting rattled, it's crazy. Like when I'm on the catch up, especially after an Arsenal win, if I look at the chat, I'd get bounced up out of there. Man called me the Black League Gunner the other day when I was giving our player ratings when I gave David Raya a 6. The man was like, top right. I was sitting in the top right. Top right is another one that's never satisfied. I'm like, I gave him a 6. 5 is an average performance. I give you a 6. That means I think you're better than average. He was good. I got to give him a 7. Now you can't get lobbed and get a 7 from me. What are we doing? The scum of the earth, the scum of YouTube can't be pleased. I'm like, whatever. Big up to Spirit High, Views Raid, love the profile pic. Paris Mandem in the house. 27 likes, 38 watching. Can we get the 30 likes? Can we, people? That would be wonderful, but not as wonderful as our lovely Claire with another super sticker. Isn't she lovely? More dappings for Claire. Now, the ideal situation for us than that would be for Olise to score, but Arsenal win. Right? So Arsenal win the game 3-1, but we score 3 goals. So Claire's boyfriend gets his goal, his little customary goal, and we do the thing. And I love the fact that Claire changed her name from Claire Olise to Claire whatever for today's game. She'll probably change it back to Olise after the game. After there's no longer a conflict of interest. Big up, man. Big up to Uncle Views. There's the link for Views on Sport and for Ozzy people. Big up to Black Slave Catcher. This name does me in though every time, I hate his mods. His mods are so sensitive. So just like him then. Yeah, no sensitivity over here, man. Thick skin. More specifically at big clip clubs though is a good example. Yeah, it doesn't have to be counter-attacking football can't be your staple in it. But you have to be good at counter-attacking. Right? So in the sense that if you turn the ball over against a Big 6 team, you should be in trouble. If in 3 possessions, if you are trying to play through a Big 6 team or you're advancing and you lose the ball 3 times, one of those should result in a goal or a big chance created at the least. Like that. Rants and Views always say, like that. Mikel on Arteta on Martinelli and Madueke in contention to start versus Bayern. They are, and we are going to have a meeting now to decide on Martin. Martin won't start, but I think he plays. He was very close for the previous game. We are hopeful tomorrow that he can be in the squad as well. Did he say anything about Gyökeres? I think this could be a good game for Gyökeres, I'd love to see Gyökeres go up against Upa Maguire. Raya thinks the penalty box is his beach. He's forever going on walks for no reason. Yeah, man, just be strolling down trying to get involved in the play. I'd rather steer in your bumper clock box. Keep the ball out the net. We don't need you to build up. We don't need you for any of that. As a matter of fact, we don't even want to call your name. Stay back there and rack up golden gloves. Out here getting lobbed. It is such a bad optic. Because if you freeze that frame with him jumping, trying to save it, it looks so bad. If you're a top goalkeeper, you don't want that. It's like a striker with a still image of you kicking the ball out the stadium to Rosette and that. Jesus. 5-5. Arteta won't allow more than 3 goals to go past us, He's We haven't conceded 3 goals since Luton away or West Ham, whatever it was. I know he remembers. I know Tom Canton reminds him of it all the time. That's why you change it. I know you do. I mean, obviously, Claire, we got it. We are a family. We're a family, guys. BBK family, guys. You can counterattack if you're prepared to drop deep and concede possession, but the big six are usually too proud to do that. Yeah, and if you pride yourself on, because if you score 5 counterattacking goals versus dominating possession and scoring off a set piece of a corner based on your dominance, then which would you rather? Because you, at least in a counterattacking team where you're constantly counterattacking, at least whenever the ball is turned over, everyone is off their seats. And if you're doing that for 5, 6, 7, 8 times a game, I think you will live with that. But you can't be playing counterattacking football as a big 6 team and sitting in 10th or 12th. It's not a good look. Genuine words of him. I think Martin sits on the bench today. I would be shocked if he wasn't. Even if he has no plans of using Martin Odegaard today, he will be on the bench just for the optic, just for Vincent Kompany to think that he may bring him on. Are you seamen in this, guys? The Spanish seamen. Raya got bored. Yeah, he just wants. I said, man, one of the defenders, one of the assistant coaches, you tell the center backs, like, you stay there, you keep an eye on Raya, stir an eye on him, and if you see him put his glove to his mouth, if you ever see him yawn, just run over there and just slap the shit out of him and wake him up and say, hey, don't be getting any ideas, fella. Focus. Get back in, because this is what we got onto Ramsdale for after that interview that he gave and said that he can't focus for 90 minutes. But Raya, he's gonna have to focus today, because this is not Richarlison and Tell and Oda shit. He actually has big boys running at him, Gnabry and Kane, and Elise in that. What a crowd. 40 in the building, 30 likes. Come on, you Clouser Spurs fans. Smash the likes. Smash the fucking likes, guys. About to head to pick up a 6-pack of Modelo for the match. Hey, BX Gunner, try a loaded Corona. If you know. Get you a bottle of Bacardi Limon. Get you a 6-pack of Corona. Drink the steak a sip in the long neck, and just take a sip, and then you pour a shot of the Bacardi Limon in the Corona. Thank me later, my friend. It's called a loaded Corona. The Bacardi Limon essentially takes the place of the lime. 6-pack of those. So you drink 6 of those. You took 6 shots, and you drank 6 beers, and you're gonna be mellow, my friend. Thank me later. A loaded Corona. And the Miko Caños in Florida put me onto that. Big them up. Look at Frank, and I just see a manager struggling to play his style because he's at Spurs, not Brentford anymore. At the end of the day, if you're winning, your fans won't care about the style of football you play. Yeah, especially at Tottenham, because they've seen it from one extreme to the next, right? They went from Conte, dead football, but they were winning a couple of games, to Ange, where the football was exciting. They started out winning 8 of 10, and blistering football, to finishing 17th. So I guess they're trying to find the sweet balance, and they thought Tommy Frank could have been it, but now he just looked like a Danish bubblegum chewing merchant with the deer in the headlight look. He just looks as lost as a fart in a whirlwind out there. Henri all day, man. TT, the real Gunner Galactico, the man who went to the Bernabeu and bodied the Galacticos. I mean, even Mbappe himself will tell you. I am worried about the left wing position too, DSL, Paris man. Them. I actually would play in Capia there. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be opposed to this. I'm not. David Larry, he needs to learn that he's gonna be held to account if he keeps doing fuckery like that. Clap is that about. He needs it, bro. He needs to get slapped, man. You cannot get locked. Like, it cannot happen again. It cannot. That time was your last time. You got lobbed in the preseason, get lobbed by that's it. No more lobbing. Don't give a damn. Crazy. Imagine if that was the game winner. Fuck me, man. Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, right now. It's loaded. Load that Rona up. Right there. That shit hit hard. I'm not gonna lie. Jesus Christ. BX Gunner, you. I haven't been able to drink Bacardi Limon since 2000. And that ENJ. Brother, that ENJ, that Irk and Jerk, that Easy Jeezy. You know what? I'm going to save that for the member stream, the ENJ stories there. But yeah, try it, man. Try it with you won't even taste the Bacardi. It tastes really nice. It takes the place of the lime with a oomph. but we have the squad depth, so use it. You know, we use it. Yeah, right. That man he just looks like a madman. I don't know, him or Carlo just looks like deer in the headlight. Sitting down on his pad trying to. It was a beautiful optic though, watching him look so out of it. Because the other thing that was so satisfying in that game was watching Danzo on the line chasing the ball, and it just rolled across the line, and he could do nothing about it. The slow roar of the Emirates crowd just kind of just dragged the ball over. It was so satisfying. Yeah, thinking Kepier starts at left back will be so rigid and so solid back there, you know, because this is the game. Mosquera, hey, you see how Eza ingratiated himself with the Arsenal faithful with that hat trick. You know, today need that same type of energy from you in putting the clamps on Harry Kane. And today, you know, it gives us another opportunity to see if that if Saliba can actually marshal the defense. He did fair last year when Gabriel went out with him and Kivior, to be fair, but you know, he did give the damn ball away at the Bernabeu for Vinicius's goal. But you know, I do expect him until Gabriel gets back, which I'm thinking January. Don't need to rush Gabriel back because, like Quadra said up here, we have the squad depth. Use it. Use the damn squad depth that we have. That Irk and Jerk, right? That ENJ will make you pay. That Irk and Jerk will make you work. That gin and juice can get you loose. Used to sing those for cadence, you know. Remember back in the day, we used to wake up and go to formation running, and you could smell the ENJ and the hypnotic on the troops. You'd be like, brother, it's Thursday morning at 6 a.m. How are you drunk? How are you so damn drunk? You know? But you know, those are usually your hardest working troops, the ones that turn up and they're drunk as hell. Because they work so hard during the day, they would go leave the motor pool, leave the cough, and go straight to the class 6. The class 6 is the liquor store, the military liquor store. And just be in the dorms and the barracks getting lit and show up for their workouts. You could smell the alcohol coming out their pores. Claire, oh sweet baby Jesus, Claire. Man, did my soundboard just disappear when I was about to hit Claire with the sweet baby Jesus for another membership giveaway?
Sweet baby Jesus.
Big up to Claire. Rounds and rounds of applause. Hey, KG. Hey, KG. Hey, let these men know about the Ray and his nephews. Listen. Poison. Ray and nephew. Listen, Ray and him nephew them. Brother, I can't tell you how many times, how many of my friends, they don't consider me their friend afterwards, that ended up in the damn hospital for alcohol poisoning off this damn Ray and nephew. You see this damn Ray and nephew, yeah? If you put this shit in your car, the engine will combust. I think it's jet fuel, like gasoline. You know, the only thing that I ever tasted stronger than Ray and nephew was Everclear. corn liquor. Like when you look at the bottle and it says overproof, just know that it's nothing to fuck with. Yeah, alcohol plus. Because I drink my Ray and nephew with stew and ginger wine. Yeah, I mix them. I don't drink it straight, but soldiers and American kids in general like to take shots of E&J, shots of Henny, shots of Belvedere, shots of Grey Goose. They come to my room and they see this Ray and nephew, and let's take some shots. See, I'm like, brother, no, you have to chase that. We are not about to take shots of that. But they're like, man, shut up, you bitch, you chicken, you pussy, you this and that. Go ahead, and I let them. I let them take shots of it. And I said, I give them the warning. Hey, you cannot spit that shit out. Pause. But you pour a shot, you have to drink it. And then they take a shot, and then their pride kick in. And 2 hours later, they on the ground trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. Do not. This shit right here. KJ, tell them it's not for shot. It's to drink slowly. Chase it with water, cranberry juice, Campari, stew and ginger wine, whatever. But don't. Like, it's flammable. You can start a wood fire with that thing. Definitely a humbler. Yeah. I would never do this. I would never. Bacardi 151 and Coca-Cola. I never tried that. But BX Gunner, that's the task. Bacardi Limon, Corona. And let us know. Let us know. Big up to man like Views, man. The legend that is Views, bro. I'm going to give you a call soon. Need to chat with you. But big up to you, my G. Manners and respect. What a guy, man. What a guy. Uncle Views. Between sips, you have to say a prayer. Yeah, it makes you make that face, that, it make your shoulders rise like, It is mad. Big up to Wesley. Said, man, I'm moving so mad in these streets if we win against Bayern tonight. Hey, it's like, don't vandalize the city. Don't be like the New York Knicks when we made the conference final and then tore the city up and be climbing the stop signs and the traffic lights and shit. Oh, man. Claire. That's what she said. Give me a Red Bull and vodka or a cider and I'm sorted. Loaded Coronas, man. They're not bad. They're actually pretty good. But people, it's been a fantastic conversation. But I do think we are going for a 2-2 today. I think Liverpool actually win. Leverkusen 3-1. I think PSG will punch up Tottenham. Same score, 4-1. I think Tottenham get touched. 4-1. I think they probably lose their next 4. I think they get touched today in Paris. 4-1, same score. Carry over from the North London derby. I think that's what they're on. But I do believe we draw today. This is the first time in 18 games I'm actually predicting something other than an Arsenal win. Yep, Mr. Toxic and Negative. All wins, and I don't think we lose today. I think we draw the game 2-2. Smash up the likes, people. We're on 34 likes. Big up. Good old Jameson and some orangeade to wash it down. Hey, that's calm. I like to experiment. When I'm in Rome, I do what the Romans do. So if I'm ever on your side of the world, I'm welcome to try, whatever it is that you consume for alcohol and food and music. That's how you ingratiate yourself with a culture, innit? The people, the food, the music, the sports, So, whenever I take my friends home or people who I serve with, when I take them home to Jamaica with me, I don't take them to a resort. I do not. Because then if you're a British man or a German or you live in the States and I take you to Jamaica and you go to the resort, that's all the fuck you're going to see. You're going to see more Brits, more Germans, more Americans. You don't want that. I'm taking you into the streets to rub elbows with the people, yeah? I'm taking you Drewsland, Burlington Street, Weddy. Lego the streets, Wappins, Boasty Tuesday. Back in the day, we used pasta on them something there. Take you to the streets so you can feel the real culture. So you can eat some real jerk chicken from a pan on the streets, offer a tree some soup, to the beach, the public beaches, not the privatized ones. in the streets so you can really vibe with the people. That's what I'm on. Please like the stream feed. Welcome, AJ. Hope you are good, man. 2-2. See 2-2. Quadra says 2-2. And big up Darren and House Parish, man, and say 2-2 as well. Love to win. Love to win it. I'd love a 2-0. You know what I'm saying? Brother, that's it. You must. Yeah, man. Weddy Wednesday. Burlington Street. Stone Love HQ. And there's history there because Stone Love is a rich part of Jamaican heritage, Jamaican culture. So I'm always making a point to take him there. 41 Burlington Street, Stone Love headquarters. Wednesday, Weddy. Right? And then we would leave there and we go to, you have Uptown Monday. Yeah. Uptown Monday, Bossy Tuesday, Weddy Wednesday, All-Star Thursday. Yeah, you know, it's something for everybody. Hey. All of it, man. I'll try it. I'll try it. I'm down for the culture, man. I got street party in the streets, man. Where you stand up right in front of the sound box, where you got 10, 18-inch speakers, you know, about 20, 16-inch speakers, some 12s, some 10s, and some tweeters up top, and there's like 5 columns, and the bass make your lungs shift when they kick the bass on. When they play that Garnet Silk, you know, they used to play this Garnet Silk when they kick the bass onto this song, brother.
Hey, everyone is gonna love this.
If you're standing in front of the sound box, you might fall the fuck over when the bass hits. If you're not built for that. And the crazy thing is someone will be standing next to you and you're having a conversation and you can both hear. And the music is so damn loud. Oh my days. Big up G Will said the game is 3-2, but I don't know who for. I think if it's 3-2, it's us. We're not conceding 3 goals. You know, Mikhail won't allow it. He will throw on all the defenders. You know, he will throw on extra defenders. He will take off Ezra, drop everybody in the midfield to prevent us from scoring or conceding a 3rd goal. He won't let it. His ego won't allow it. If the base doesn't rearrange my spine, then the club don't even got big. Brother, it's a free chiropractic club. The base, brother. Oh shit. In them streets, it's getting hot. And the youths, them might get so cold. And ladies and gentlemen, when we are about to end the stream, we cannot end the stream because he is here. Man like ERoss. We haven't seen him in a while. Pause. Everybody favorite cousin, y'all. Everybody favorite cousin popped up in this stream. And whether he's here every day or every night, we have to big him up. ERoss style.
Maybach music.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown.
It's like boom, bye, bye, in a body boy head. You wanna promote the nasty man, them off it dead.
I'm definitely getting kicked off the goddamn internet now after playing that shit there. ERoss, you caused that. At minute 1 hour and 34. At minute 1 hour and 34, ERoss crashes the stream. Hey, Richie Sprice in the house. Hey, man. Big up, Mr. Purple Flowers. Yaga P say 3-2. They always score on us. Finally, ERoss. Hey, ERoss come around. Oh, jeez. They would have to play some more music. Bumba class. Run some more music for ERoss.
Finally, the herbs come around. Me get it by the phone, yeah. Come, Mr. Tallin, Mr. Summer ganja planter. The ganja farmer. People in the air, excuse me while I lock my spirits. First thing they do when they wake up, when I get in the nurse farm.
Send on. Oi. Oh, Lord. The stream never went off the rails. God damn it. But this is what he does, man. This is what ERoss does. Man makes an entrance. Fuck up here. Not your vibes. Oh, we love it. Big up ERoss. BBK reminds me of people are so unique. How the man them with reggae and dancehall music taste just jumping out of planes of military missions. It's the thrill, man. It's the thrill. The soldier thing, ever since I was 8, I knew that's what I wanted to do. You know. But, you know, I carry reggae with me all around the world. And most people that I vibe with love it because it's a universal type of music, isn't it? Big up, man. But what a way to go out today. Yeah, 90s dancehall, brother. There's nothing like it, man. There's nothing like it. That 90s dancehall. Yeah, I'm definitely getting kicked off the goddamn internet today. Soon as YouTube hear that Buju Bantan, I am fucked. You know, but what can we do? It is what it is, people. It's all about the music, the sweet reggae music. Now, hopefully, at the end of the day, we're still smiling today because Arsenal gave us something. Yeah. So, you know, LFC Monster, I hope that someone gets mudded, and I hope it's you or Tottenham. You know, it could be Tottenham. Yeah, matter of fact, I hope it's Tottenham. I actually want you to win today, man. You know, actually, 3-1 Liverpool, that's what I said. So I'm sticking to it. 3-1 Liverpool, and I hope Tottenham, you know, get their face mushed in, you know, permanently mushed in. Big up to ERoss every single time. And as soon as I big him up again,
Maybach music.
Man, hit us with a super chat, a super sticker, just for the intro and for the big up. But yeah, man, big up ERoss, man. We missed him. We missed ERoss. I was starting to wonder, anybody seen ERoss? You know, everybody's favorite cousin. That's what ERoss is, man. The most interesting man on YouTube. You know, ERoss is his only regret is not knowing what regret feels like. You know, that's ERoss. Even his enemies list him as their next of kin. ERoss. You know, mosquitoes refuse to bite him purely out of respect. ERoss. You know, he was himself in his past life. That's ERoss. You know, he once 3D printed a 3D printer. That's ERoss. He has inside jokes with complete strangers. That's ERoss. That's what he does, man. You know, he once at an awkward moment just to see what it feels like. It's ERoss. The motherfucking man. Everybody's favorite cousin. Proper stream today, man. Yeah, we were due for one of these. Now, hopefully, Arsenal don't fuck this up for us. Because how many weekends has Arsenal messed up for us over the years? You think you were going to have a good weekend and then just completely fuck it up. Hopefully, they don't do this today. Because Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and I got a lot of charity work to do tomorrow. So I don't want to be doing it with a long face. Right? Don't want to be walking around with a, you know, the resting bitch face handing out meals and, you know, shit to people. I want to be able to do it smilingly. Free Ethan. If he doesn't get minutes soon, we're going to have to. Yeah, man, appreciate you, ERoss. More than you know, my G. Maybach music every time. Big up to AJ. Why not? Yeah, I hope, yeah. Yeah, I need some Judge Mo tears. You know, because man has chest for everybody. You know, got comments for everybody's channels, everybody's teams. I need him to get punched up. Built his birth house. ERoss. Hey, yeah, Cuba imports cigars from him. ERoss. Let's do your damn job today. Yeah, man, they have to. They must. Real Liverpool fan in the building. We know, man. We know what ERoss is on. Yeah. Fun fact: only female mosquitoes bite. Right. Get the fuck out of here. Don't let me chat GPT that. You know, hey, big up the scientists that study this type of shit. You know? You know, this is one of them Final Jeopardy questions right here. I had no idea. I don't know. Claire, can you confirm? Hey, yeah, ERoss, don't be disappearing like that, man. I know life be lifing. Yeah. Ambush the ambush. ERoss. Yeah, man. It's a mad man. Don't tell me you didn't know that about mosquitoes. I didn't. Didn't. I heard something about the female bees, but I'm not sure. I did not know that. I swear. I didn't. I did not know that. TV watches ERoss. Yeah, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, better. ERoss is that dude. ERoss is that motherfucking dude. You know. ERoss' daughter came home one time and said, Dad, I lost my virginity. He went out and got it back. ERoss. What a legend, man. Some animals got weird gender dynamics. Seahorses, it's the males that carry the eggs and hatch them. Oh, shit. I have to run some game with my wife with that. I do know that the hyenas, I know that the female hyenas are the big one and the male are the small ones. You know, most of the animal in the animal kingdoms, the male is the bigger one and the hyenas is different. Yeah. And I don't think I paid much. I don't think I paid much attention in biology class, you know, because Vive Scott says I didn't go to high school. I went to school high. But yeah, I didn't better. Only exist. But it makes sense now, don't it? It makes all the sense in the world now. Shit. Male mosquitoes only exist. Oh shit, damn. So the male mosquitoes are just straight breeder. Ninja man, elephant man said things like Bob Marley mosquitoes. They just planting seeds. Big male. See, I know you men have heard me say every day I stream, I learn something new. Today again, it's no different. Learned a bunch of shit today. Didn't know that. Male spiders are smaller too. Oh man, BBK, don't let me get started on the daughters. I wanted daughters, man. I wanted to be a girl dad because my sons, them motherfuckers, they could care less about that. There's a fish species where the female is massive and the males only hang on for dear life when she swims about the place. Rah. Anglerfish. Goddamn stream them turned into a biology session. All because of the most interested motherfucker in the world. ERoss. You know? You speak Spanish in English. ERoss, man. Yeah. When chicks make contact with ERoss, they count it as a first date. ERoss. You know? Guy, man. Man go out to bring it back every night. There's such a thing. Oh Jesus, I can't. So just a little side note there. Wahaha. It's completely de facto slang, but in the homeland, that's what we call them, a fish. Like if you go to Jamaica and somebody call you a fish, it's not a good thing. Yeah, I say I move like a fish. Just know that they're mad at you. You didn't see the South Park episode with the gay fish? No. I watch a lot more Family Guy than I do South Park. You know. And big up to Seth MacFarlane, by the way, because he came out at the time and did his thing. Because can you imagine Seth MacFarlane trying to launch South Park now? Man would be canceled. Man would be canceled so quick. The female mantis will eat the male mantis when they are fornicating. The male got two brains, so the body keeps going while his head is being munched on. God damn, this might be the comment of the day. Oh, Lord, getting eaten while being eaten. Oh, Jesus. That's a mad one. That took me out. Big up to African King Academy. Big game tonight. We will be there. The Bayern test is real. Yeah, they fist you man up at the bridge, didn't they? I think you man got a red card in that game as well. You know, South Park is clear though. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Big up Stewie. I always wondered why Stewie head was shaped like a damn NFL football. Oh yeah, the mantis is straight up. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know about the two heads part though. Dolphins use toxic pufferfish to get high. My God. Some of the nature thing. Yeah, I'm like, do you man just put on the damn animal documentaries and just watch for educational purposes? Or was this like shit you learned in school? Or just from reading in general? All these things going on in the world, and yet Arsenal can't work out the difference between substitution, rotations, and replacements. Oh, my days. That was one of the South Park best ever jokes. Yeah. South Park's best ever jokes has always been very, very borderline controversial, which is what I like. You know, you push comedy to the edge. I did not know that shit. Not at all. You know what? I'm not even gonna fact check any of this. I'm taking this as gospel. The irony, actually, Kanye didn't get the joke either. But I tell you what, the South Park jokes from Donald Trump from way back in the day, and then you rewatch him now, and you're like, yeah, did fucking Seth have a time machine? You know? Yeah, I don't think Seth MacFarlane gets he's a creative genius. Oddly enough, is what they call Kanye about music. He's a creative genius, but that's Seth MacFarlane, artistic, creative genius. Nature up to some fuckery for real, for real. Here's the link for African King Academy, a resident Chelsea brother. Most biology knowledge I have is from school, either a textbook or in some documentary on the Animal Planet Discovery Nat Geo. Yeah, man, these kids don't watch that anymore. They just game, innit? Nature crazy for sure. 45 likes. That's got to be a record for me. Absolute record for me. But people, it's been absolute love. What a bunch of legends that you are. So the day has been started off right. Got my coffee, had my therapy, had a learning session, had an educational session with the man them. You know, talk some football, got some new members, gifted some new members. We hope that Michael has a good game today. I don't want him to score, but if he is going to score today, I hope that we score more so Claire can, you know, be happy for Elise and still hold the L. I love man to see it crazy looking and straight up. Yeah, they goofy looking freaks me out when I see them fuckers. But yeah, man, it's one of them ones. But people, I am going to love you and leave you. Yeah, 5 away from 50 people. Can we get up to 50 likes? We still got 33 people in the building. If we could get up to 50 likes on the watch back, it's calm, love. What I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.
And them should know well, gal them have the face, gal them have the figure. Remind me of the Benz, the Lexus and the Beamer. To have this girl would be my pleasure. She's so precious like the gold and I'm a treasure. Who are they together? Gal them have the face, and them have the figure. Remind me of the Benz, the Lexus and the Beamer. To have this girl would be my pleasure. She more precious than the diamond in my treasure. And then me say the gal deem them me body tense. Them look like some Lexus, some Beamer and some Benz. A good body gal me want to feature me ends. Look like some boy need some contact lens. Boy them chase the gal a while of them me a defend. Well a woman is a mouse I no pretend me a pretend. Boy I act like star gal a ox from when. Styling up the gal some way as can tell. Muggle with the shape made the punk head swell. Gal them no stoop low, them never yet sell. The killer say, who know for pop star Michelle or Miss